Uh, Friends, I am architect Nitin Killawala, practicing out of the city of Mumbai for now over 4 decades. And you are welcome to my studio. So this is my arrival space, which is very informal. I always believed that architect's office should be a little see-through, and you should be able to experience something little differently than, means you are not expected to see a small corridor. If I stand here, you can connect all the 3 levels. Color, I believe, is the most effective and most economical way to transform the space. My studio is in lower ground, where I also sit with my team. So there is no barren wall. All are pin-up boards. All walls are pin-up boards, and some of them are sketches, some are finished projects. Modalities or the design practice, everything has changed over a period of time. So when we started off, that time we had A0 size large drawing boards. They were all kept all around. And now, of course, we got smaller tables and computers, etc. These are all newspaper cuttings, mainly dealing with problems or solutions for city of Mumbai. Some of them are articles written by me. And we were actually fortunate to own this piece of land. This is our family property. Also, in those days, I distinctly remember my father had engaged his very good friend, architect Mr. Dalvi, and whenever he used to visit the site, there was some kind of a tension created. If today is Monday and he is visiting, say, on Friday, so for 4-5 days there's always some kind of preparations कि architect साहब आने वाले. So that really, back of my mind gave me some impetus that okay, there's something like architect and it's something very important. So these are some random thoughts why I chose architecture. And during my school days, I was I think quite good in geometry and using drawing instruments and stuff like that. So all that sort of merged into this field. That time we used to have SSC and then 5 years diploma course, so I pursued that. And first few years was really fascinating. And during that period, I came across some works of then MP Pilu Modi. So immediately after I passed out, I joined his firm for 4 years. This was in mid-70s, and that was a fascinating experience. So for the first time I realized that architects also should do beyond architecture, and which would really benefit public at large. So I always enjoyed doing works where public participation is there, or end users are public at large. For example, schools, academic complexes, or large offices, or even designing a footpath or a garden, public garden. We have done some of them over a period of time. Well, to me, function is most important. Without function, no architecture has any meaning. And more than the function, your work is designed for a particular end user. So if end user is not really satisfied or his needs are not fulfilled, then whatever architecture you do is lesser value. Well, I must confess, COVID was the most challenging time. So it is not just particularly for any particular project, but that was really tough time, and somehow we could cope with it. And another challenging may not be personally, but as I've mentioned about where we live, where all our surroundings, that somehow architect as a fraternity is not really heard. Today, even a simple project, if you need to do in your own neighborhood, it is not the architects but the local authority bodies, and that is another issue. And in fact, that is more challenging than any challenging project. How to pierce through this dilemma. Well, as architects, we always learn every day. So I really don't know what is in stock for future. But I very, very strongly believe that at least now that I am into this field for now over 4 decades, that we should also look in the past whether whatever you have done for all these years, how good it has worked or not worked. So taking stock of your previous project is also equally important. And that is something which we have been doing lately. And it so happens that you design a house or a school or any project maybe 25, 30 years back. Same clients, same end users, they come back to us, and then we sort of continue that kind of planning process or their needs, etc., etc. But then you give a different flavor, looking at modern day requirements. I have been privileged and honored to be associated with JK Awards. After I won my first award, I think way back in 90s. As far as JK Awards are concerned, it's really thriving. It's something which any young architect, even established practices, they look forward to take part into it. Now this is another factor, another aspect that, participating in competition is very important rather than winning. Winning is incidental. So that also, at least your work is seen by eminent architects, eminent planners. You may get prize, you may not get, that is secondary. So JK Awards is amongst at the forefront in this respect. Whatever design for myself is the best. Whether I design a chair for myself, whether I design a house for myself, whether it is my own office or my own weekend sojourn, whatever. But having said that, there are few projects which are closer to you because you could do something much more than what it was intended for. So over a period of time, we are fortunate to associate with some of these educational campuses, some of the pharma-based research centers. So just to name a few, SPJ Institute of Management, Bhavan's campus at Andheri, or Vallabhashram School. It's a very large sprawling educational complex near Valsad in Gujarat. And these are those projects where there is no completion of the project. It keeps on going. Something or the other always happens over a period of time. And that itself shows, your own growth, the growth of that institute, or, whatever is happening along with the project. Unfortunately, not any city, but few years back, whichever city you belong to, you had sense of belonging. That is diminishing, even in some of these advanced countries. So when I used to walk from my house to office, we used to say, "Arey, pehle bahut acha tha," just 5 years back, 10 years back. But why it is deteriorating? People have they have become wealthier, they have got better means of, self-transport, they have got good technology, but still, that human aspect is missing somehow. So today in Mumbai, it's very, disturbing that more than 50% people doesn't have a house. So as architectural fraternity or even as common citizens, what are we doing? There are more than 15, 16 architectural colleges, but they don't have any say what is happening just outside the college. So that is the paradox which we are dealing with, and I think we are passing by that phase. So I hope that things would improve with new technology, with new thought process, whatever you may say. Well, I always say that I very, very strongly believe, and my belief is there for last many years, that whatever you design should touch the masses, directly or indirectly. Otherwise, nobody will recognize us. Look at Bollywood. Even the worst film touches some section of the people on a large scale. It may be, they say it's a dream world, etc., etc. But if I design a good railing on a railway platform, that itself is a good contribution. So this is something, details and because you are expected to give the best solution in terms of material, in terms of technology, in terms of even maintenance. So why not? So it starts with smaller steps. I think success of any architecture is if a project is sustained for more than or worked well for 30, 35, 40 years, that itself is sustainable. So we don't need then any accreditation, etc. for such projects. Well, for young architects, I would always say that keep your eyes and ears open, and open up your you do whatever you do it with a lot of integrity and sincerity, and more than anything else, we have to be a good human being. So respect for fellow human being is very important, because architecture is nothing but you deal with people. City planning is nothing but you deal with people at large. So I think that is something important for anyone and any young ones.